Hi, bestie. And we back. What? I've missed y'all. Okay, so I've been a little MIA because I was dealing with an allergic reaction and it was tearing me up. It was okay. So I am allergic to fabric softener. My skin broke out. It was bumpy everywhere. I think I showed y'all in one of my other videos, like in my chest area. It was everywhere. It was on my face. It was on my arms. Like, it's probably, I can't really see it anymore because, yeah, I've been taking my medicine. But long story short, I'm not ever using fabric softener again, and me and fabric softener can see each other in the streets of it. Everyone is slither his way up in my laundry ever again. Okay, I don't care what kind it is. All right. The sheets, the dryer sheets, perfectly fine. Don't have an issue with those. It's just the fabric softener that just gave me the flu flux, and it was kicking my ass. Okay. So, how y'all been feeling, besties? What y'all been doing? I know I've been MIA for a couple of pieces of days, but guess what? I'm back and I'm better than ever, and I got way more energy. I don't feel like a sick dog, but I was posting though. I just wasn't posting every single day. I have videos in my draft, so guys, like, when I'm not feeling the best, when I'm going through something, I will be posting, but there will just be some days where I don't get content because most of the time I do my content every single night. Sometimes I do outfit changes and I'm in here like, okay, let me put this on, and I talk about different topics. So that way, some days when I'm not feeling it or when I'm like brain just gone out of ideas, I can have something to post. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I know that I am 3 years postpartum, which is really good because some women struggle with postpartum for a very long time, like postpartum depression. I am 3 years postpartum. I struggled with postpartum depression for 2.5 years. I would say 2.5 years because I allowed myself to lose my mental state. I allowed myself to lose my weight goals. I allowed myself to lose myself completely. I stopped dressing pretty. I stopped doing this. I stopped going out. I stopped and all those good jazzy things. And I also was in an unhealthy relationship for the most part, and so that also contributed to my postpartum depression. But baby, when I tell you I was rolling in the deep, it was bad. Okay. One thing I will say is that a lot of it I do not remember. And when I had my podcast on Spotify, I did touch up on this because I was rolling in the deep, like I said. And it was actually really different around that time because I could recall how I felt 100% because I was feeling it then. I will say that I can still recall it, and I want to touch on postpartum depression today because even though I'm not going through it anymore, there are still new moms happening. They're having babies every day. People are coming into motherhood. People are transitioning from newborn stages to toddler stage. I'm still in toddler stage. But at the same time, and I think that it's really important to understand that it's okay to not be okay. Don't let that person that's in your ear tell you, you're a mom, you're supposed to be, you're a mom. You're supposed to feel the way you're feeling. You're a mom. You're supposed to have second thoughts. You're a mom. You're supposed to wonder what it would be like if you didn't have that child. You're a mom. It's okay to not want to hold your baby. You're a mom. It's okay to feel like, is this even my human? Did I push this out? You're a mom. Your body went through a traumatic experience, whether you pushed it out, got it taken out, it fell out because it had complications, whatever the case is. You're a mom. If you lost your child, I'm really sorry that you lost your child. I love you, and there's nothing worse than losing your baby, especially when you plan for it to be here and it was no reason that you felt that baby should have been taken away from you. And I'm so sorry that you're going through that, but it's all love. You're still a mom. You're a mom. You're going through things. Your body has gone through changes, and if you're a first-time mom, if you're a seventh-time mom, guess what? You're a mom. Your body is going through things, and it has never gone through some of these things before. They say all pregnancies are different. Yes, they are. It doesn't matter if it's the same father. It doesn't matter if it's a different father. All pregnancies are different. Some women have never had postpartum depression before. They had 6, 7 kids. On that 8th kid, postpartum depression snaps, hits them like a ton of bricks. They don't know what's going on, what's happening, why they're feeling this way. They feel like a terrible person. They don't want to hold their baby. They don't want to look at their baby. They don't want to be alone with their baby. All of these things happen when you're in postpartum, and that is okay. You look at your body and you be like, that's not me. That doesn't look like me. That doesn't feel like me. This is not who I am. Don't try to take yourself back to who you were. Take yourself from who you are not feeling yourself as and continue to grow yourself to become the person that you want to be. Even if you mentally feel like, oh, I want to be who I was before. No, you don't, baby. Who you was before was a perfectly perfect person, but who you are now is a perfectly perfecter person, because now you have the experience of new challenges and different things in life, and that is great for character development, my love. So when you're going through postpartum and you're feeling like, even if that means you're feeling like, excuse me if this makes anybody triggered, that you want to take you and the baby out, that is something that is what goes on in postpartum. And do not let those thoughts win. When I say do not let them, girl, baby, whoever you are, do not let those thoughts win. And as a mom who has struggled with postpartum depression, I would tell you, irregardless to the situation, I know myself. Irregardless to the situation, you know yourself. You know when them thoughts are starting to get too loud. You know when you're starting to push yourself to be something that you can no longer obtain for the naked eye, the eye of the tiger, whoever is looking at you. You know yourself. So you have to dig deep down inside of your guts, and you have to tell yourself, hey, mama, it is going to be okay. This too shall pass. This storm is terrible. It's a terrible storm, but it's going to be okay. I'm not a bad mother because I'm having scary thoughts that I've never had before, never thought I was going to have about me or my child. I'm not a bad mom because I don't want to hold my child because this baby does not seem real to me. I'm not a bad mom because although I love my baby, the sound of it crying makes me want to just explode. I'm not a bad mom because I don't want to breastfeed, and everybody in my family breastfed, but it hurts and it feels uncomfortable and I'm going through a lot of different pains and I don't feel like dealing with that. I'm not a bad mom because I don't want to do this right now. I'm not a bad mom because I want to get 7 more hours of freaking sleep, and this baby won't sleep because it's waking up every 2 hours. You're not a bad mom if your baby is a toddler and that baby jumps on you like a trampoline. And all you want to do is just lunge that baby. But you know if you lunge that baby, that's going to harm you and the baby because you don't want to harm that baby. You just want the baby to stop lunging and jumping at you. So you sit that baby down and occupy that baby with a tablet, a TV, a icicle, like whatever you're using to distract that baby so you can have some time for yourself. You want to go SMOKE? Go do it. Make sure that baby is safe. Make sure that house is secure. Make sure you're not doing it in front of that baby's face. You want to go DRINK? Go do it. Make sure you're not sleeping in the bed with that baby. Make sure you're not doing anything where that baby is going to be around you if you get DRUNK. You feel what I'm saying? Be responsible at the end of the day because you're still a human being that has to follow the law and the rules. But do not do anything to make yourself feel like, oh, I'm a mom, I can't do that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. What's that? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can do whatever you want to do. I say with caution, though. Please do whatever you want to do with caution because I'm not responsible for you doing anything harmful or illegal because I never said do nothing illegal. I said do everything legally, but within reason and respect of your own boundaries. But do it. You want to go for a walk without the baby? Go for a walk without the baby if you have that option. You want to go 5 freaking minutes to in the shower by yourself and cry and scream, hell, if you will, do it. It's okay to go through those emotions. But one thing you have to do, well, not one thing, but the things that you should do when you're feeling postpartum sadness, anger, frustration, any of these feelings in the first 5 years of having that child is evaluate why you're feeling this way. Understand what's making you feel this way. Think long and hard about ways that you positively can affect yourself. Oh, I feel like I want to lunge my child. How can I positively redirect this baby away from me? Ask ChatGPT. Look it up on YouTube. Ask TikTok. Baby, do what you have to do to maintain your mentality and your mental state because it's going to be rocky. And if you are a single mama or a single parent, baby, do what you gotta do. Because at the end of the day, only single parents understand. And at the end of the day, some people have more help in villages than you do. Whether you're a single parent, whether you're a 2-parent, whether you're a 3-parent household, it doesn't really matter. Some people have different experiences, but you gotta do what's healthy for the kid, healthy for you, and what works best with your schedule and finances. And you're the only person that knows that what that is and what that's like. So Have a good day, besties. Bye.